Hi, welcome to this little video about Kearsley Roundabout. Now, as you can see from this diagram, I've got a drawing of Kearsley Roundabout. Okay, now when they designed Kearsley Roundabout, they looked at where most of the traffic went. Now, most of the traffic either comes from Farnworth, heading across here, around here and off to the motorway towards the Trafford Centre and beyond. Some people come from the Kearsley end, and the bulk of those drivers either go off onto the motorway, or the next most popular is around the roundabout heading towards the major town of Bolton. So again, they're turning right. So when the planners looked at the roundabout, what they decided to do was to help the bulk of these drivers. So we'll take the first lot of drivers we're talking about, coming from Farnworth, heading towards the motorway, heading towards Manchester. So they come along in this lane, so they're in the right hand lane because they're turning right at the roundabout, and then as a help at this point they put these striped areas so that those drivers don't need to get a lane change in. The markings take them out into this left hand lane so that they can exit the roundabout without any difficulty. Drivers coming from Kearsley going towards Bolton, again approaching in the right hand lane, and it's a dedicated lane for Bolton. Into this lane here, it says A666 Bolton on the road surface here, and again the markings here send their vehicles straight out into the lane, ready to come on to the slip road to join the A666 towards Bolton. So where does that leave us with our learner drivers, right? So the two ways that you could be brought to this on your driving test are, first of all, you could be coming from Farnworth and you'll be told to follow the signs for Bolton. So you're going to be approaching from Farnworth in the left hand lane, indicating left. You've got to give way to traffic coming from your right, and then when there's a gap in the traffic, off you go with your left signal on, cancel your left signal when you're on the slip road, and off you go down the slip road towards Bolton. Quite an easy one, that one. When the traffic's light, it's much easier as well. Okay, the other way you could do it, you could be on the A666 coming from Bolton, and you'll be asked to follow the signs for Preston and Farnworth. So you'll be coming up this slip road here from the dual carriageway. You're not allowed to carry on there because it's motorway at that stage, so you'll be coming off here, which is the final exit before the motorway, and you'll be indicating right, and you maybe have to stop here. You've got quite a poor view of the traffic coming in this left hand lane here, so it's quite wise to just come to a stop and have a look if it's looking busy. Okay, there are certain times of day where it's very quiet and you keep going. Now, you need to, when you move away, you need to move across the roundabout like this, and you need to go into this striped area. If you go into this lane here, you'll find yourself in the wrong lane, and you may then end up on the motorway. So it's important you come across into the striped area. Just after the striped area, you'll see on the road surface the sign saying that you're in the correct lane to go towards Farnworth. Okay, as you get around here, as you go past this second exit, it's very important that you've got your left indicator on at this point to say that you're then going to come across into the left hand lane so that you're then in the correct lane to exit from Farnworth. So I'll just run through that, how we would do that using my pen. So we're coming along here, up to the give way sign, checking it's safe, pulling onto the roundabout into the right hand lane with our right signal on, keeping the right signal on until we're about where the end of the pen is here, applying your left signal and changing lanes where it's necessary. Very important to use your mirrors because people coming from Kearsley can sometimes come up here quite quickly and they can swamp you from behind. So using your mirrors, making sure your signal's well timed, and being confident of changing lanes when it's able to, is very important. Okay, now this short video after this will show you how we do this in practice. Okay.
Video about the Kearsley Roundabout. Currently on the A666 Farnworth bypass, St Peter's Way as it's sometimes called, heading towards the M60. Obviously, as a learner driver, you're not allowed on a motorway. So as this next sign on the left tells us, we're on a major road, so the background is generally dark green. The road we're coming off to says Kearsley, Preston and non-motorway traffic. The big blue section is explaining that if we continue on here, we will be on a motorway. The blue background signifies motorways. So we're going to come off at the next exit. It's about half a mile away, yeah? We've got a lot of roadworks here at the moment because they're updating the railways on all the fronts underneath this road. we're on a motorway, you get countdown markers. And before they put this temporary slip road in on our left here, we had some countdown markers. I'll be down at the two, and the one countdown marker is visible here on the left, just that blue sign there. So I get my left indicator on. That tells everybody that I'm leaving at this exit. As I cross the line, I'll cancel my signal because I'm going right at the roundabout. Checking my mirrors, just pop a right since we've got a vehicle quite close behind. Move into this right hand lane. The junction's a roundabout and I'm turning right towards Falmouth and Preston, so I'm going to put my right indicator on. I'm still in 5th gear. I'm not going to change gear because there's a bit of a queue at the end here, so I'll just brake and at the correct time dip my clutch in, run my car gently around the bend there, and then select 1st gear, ready for moving away at the roundabout. Often a very busy roundabout, so you tend to find yourself having to stop most occasions. So I'm glancing to the right here. I've not got an opportunity to go yet. The left hand lane on the roundabout there is quite hidden from view with the fence that runs over the top of the motorway there, so you need to be extremely careful about when to go. I've got 2 vehicles coming past and I've got an opportunity to go. A quick look at the mirror, off I go. Now I need to go into this little striped area, not hard to see with the damp road surface, so I'm in the right hand lane, keeping the right indicator on, selecting 3rd gear. As I pass the 2nd exit, pop a left signal on. Very important to check your left hand mirror there to make sure that it's safe to cross into the left hand lane. So keeping the left signal on to say that I'm exiting the roundabout, and as I exit the roundabout, cancel the signal. Now I'm going to go into the right hand lane here, so position correctly. So that's Kearsley Roundabout from the dual carriage. Okay, so this is Kearsley Roundabout from the direction of Falmouth. So on your driving test you'll be told to follow the signs for Bolton, which is a left turn at this roundabout. I need to pass this junction here that we're passing before I give a left signal. Is the lane we're in says A666 straight ahead and M61 straight ahead. We're allowed to take that. Okay, so it's quite a busy roundabout, as I mentioned when I came off the dual carriageway. Got a couple more, 2 or 3 more vehicles coming around. So I need to hang on a little bit longer. I'm going to pop the handbrake on because I'm going to wait a little bit longer. Let the Jaguar come, and here comes my here we go. Off we go onto the slip road. So speed limit changes to 50. With a nice long slip road. In Kearsley Roundabout, heading towards Falmouth. The lane markings here explain that if I want to go to Falmouth on the M61 I use the left hand lane. If I want to go to Bolton on the A666 dual carriageway I must use the right hand lane. I need to give way to a vehicle from my right. In fact I need to give way to 2 vehicles from the right, and then I'm free to go. Quick check of the mirrors. Important that you check your mirrors when you move away, because you could have cyclists, motorcyclists and other things. So I've passed my 1st exit, I'm taking the 2nd exit, staying in the middle of my lane. I've got my left signal on, and there we go. I've safely exited the roundabout. We're heading straight ahead towards Kearsley, Swinton. So I'm approaching in the right hand lane. The sign on our right there explains that I must use this left hand lane. I'm not sure whether I said right back there then. We must use this because the other lane is for the M61 only. So I passed my 1st exit, so I check the mirror, give a left signal so that I'm indicating to leave the roundabout at the next exit. On exiting the roundabout, cancel our signal. Check your mirrors as you come off the roundabout because we've now got 2 lanes. Right, so this is Kearsley Roundabout. Approaching in Kearsley, I'm heading towards Bolton on the A666. So I'm approaching the roundabout in the right hand lane. I've now passed the big sign. My lane markings tell me that I'm in the correct lane, the A666 Bolton. The arrow says straight ahead is actually a right turn. There's no traffic coming from my right. So I'm going to enter the roundabout in the same gear. I'm in 3rd gear. A bit of mirror use, checking what's going on around me. Reapply the signal if it comes off. If you look at the markings here, it actually feeds me out into the correct lane. Yeah, I'll follow that line around. I'm now in the correct lane for exiting the roundabout. I've changed my signal, checked my mirrors, onto the slip road, cancel my exit signal, and I'm away on the slip road ready to join the dual carriageway.